Pomona High School. It's in Arvada, Colorado, just north and a little bit west of Denver. We're in the Jefferson County School District, which is the largest school district in the state. DPS, Denver Public Schools, is just behind us. We have about 85,000 kids in Jeffco. At Pomona High School, it's 9 through 12, and we have about 1,600 students. We had decreased somewhat over the last few years, but now this year we're anticipating a jump, primarily due to choice enrollment. So the other thing I'll talk about is the demographics of Pomona have changed and are continuing to change. Our minority percentages are at about 25–26% or so, primarily Hispanic, about 20% Hispanic, and then percentages of some other racial groups. Our choice enrollment has skyrocketed. Pomona is interesting. It is a relatively small draw area, and it's what we call landlocked. You can't build anywhere else at Pomona High School. And so what's happening is people move there or did move there, and they don't want to leave that suburban area. It's a very tight-knit community. It's been around for a while, a lot of spirit, tradition, pride, and of course that is centered at the school. The school really is, in my opinion, especially now, the center of the community. The first thing that I did to establish a different culture was to figure out exactly what the culture was. How did people feel about Pomona High School, about their learning, about their school environment? And so I met with every teacher. This is the summer before we started. I met with parent and student leadership groups and community groups. Because as I mentioned earlier, Pomona is a very tight-knit community, relatively small, but very tight-knit, which is wonderful because the businesses, the community organizations want to be such a part of the school. So I met with all those folks and established in my mind, and then was completely transparent in sharing with not just the Pomona community, but the district and whomever else wanted to hear, this is what I'm hearing. So the first thing you have to do is you have to establish your current reality. We talk about that all the time. And that's something that you have to do ongoing. But coming in new, I had to get an idea of what is our current reality. And then turn around and share it with leadership groups among all the stakeholders in that community and in our district. And so then people in their minds are no longer floating around in what I call the bubble of oblivion, where you know, you have this subjective analysis of exactly where are we and what do our kids think and how are our kids learning and how do they feel about Pomona. So we popped that so that it was completely clear and on the table how people feel. And then from that, we went about studying what the research says you should do. Breaking Ranks, School Improvement, Marzano, Dufour, they got it all right. It's no secret about how to reform your school and change that culture of that school. And so we met in various leadership teams of all stakeholders, and we asked them, what is the purpose for our existence? What's our mission? What do we want to become? What's our vision? And then how do we go about making that a reality?